Hey YouTube, this is Rescue Park Fan 62. It is Saturday, December 24th. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Or whatever holiday that you celebrate. Now, here is it WWE pay-per-views I'd like to see back. Now, please note this. This is not all the pay-per-views. This is just some of them. There were quite a few, and there are some that I am glad that went away. Now, I this video is going to be a little bit different than maybe others who have maybe said the same thing in the past. I'm going to say if it's going to be a main roster pay-per-view or a NXT pay-per-view or both. Um, First is Armageddon. Now this seems more of like a main roster thing, but this would be kind of neat to bring back, even if it's just for like a 1 year thing, because it just seemed like from what I've seen of it, it seemed like a pretty cool event. Bragging rights. Now this would be kind of a neat thing to do earlier in the year to set up for Survivor Series in November. So, for example, you could do like main roster versus NXT. So, so like for the winner, they can pick like a stipulation or something of a match. If it's a War Games match, maybe the winning team gets like a maybe a one person right, something like that. Breaking point. Now, this would be good for more of like NXT for like or main roster too. Um, so like if there's a feud that keeps going on forever and you're getting fed up about it, that would be a good uh, payoff basically. Cyber Sunday. Um, Now no uh pay-per-view's been like this since, but Cyber Sunday would be good, especially if you are, you know, instead of having the same sort of stipulations over and over and over again. So what I mean by that is like cage match, uh, Hell in a Cell, stuff like that. You could have like the WWE Universe decide what they want, so you could come up with three options and decide from the three. Evolution. Now, they had their first Evolution pay per view in October of 2018, I believe it was. And it seemed to go pretty well. Um, they brought back some of the people that were loved in the past, such as Mickey. I think Mickey James was there. Um, Trish Stratus, Lita, and all of them, as well as the current crop of stars at the time, as well as the final for the Mae Young Classic. Now they haven't really done the Mae Young Classic since. Um, I think they did one in 2019, I think, but besides that, they've not done that since. Could I see that as something for the future? Maybe. It just depends. Judgment Day. Um, this would be good on NXT because it'd be kind of neat to hear something along the lines of NXT presents Judgment Day, and so it'd be cool to have like these different stipulations. Well, it's something like Halloween Havoc, but you could do like a wheel type thing just without the spooky shenanigans. Or come up with certain stipulations. So that'd be kind of neat. And then the cool thing is they wouldn't like for set wise, they wouldn't have to do much because I'm sure they have a lot of that stuff from previous stuff in the warehouse. Invasion. Now, this would be kind of a neat setup where NXT for example, with NXT, they're they talk about how um they're sick and tired of being disrespected by the main roster, and they would like to take their revenge or something like that. So that would be a neat subject to do, pay per view to do, and that way you can get all three shows involved, maybe four if you want to count NXT Europe, but that would be kind of neat as well. No Way Out. Now, No Way Out would be good because they really haven't done it in a while either. Um, it'd be kind of neat to hear some of the cool things they would come up with for it. Taboo Tuesday, similar to Cyber Sunday, it was a pay per view, which was on a Tuesday at the time, and you could pick three stipulations to the matches. So that'd be kind of neat, especially if like they could have one for NXT and then one for the main roster. And last one is Over the Edge. Now, this one was hard to do because there was two that sounded similar. One was Over the Edge, and the other one was Over the Limit. Now, either would be good. Um, now, that would be a good where if there was feuds that got really involved and stuff like that, you could do it there. Now, another one that I didn't put on this, but I thought about was capital 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 punishment. Um, of course, they would have to have this in Washington D.C., but this the set for it was really cool because it looked like the White House and it had like American flags on it and stuff like that. So that would have been kind of neat. Now, would that be for in a main roster or WWE or NXT? Honestly, I would see it more as a main roster thing. Um, Now, No Way Out, I could see as a NXT thing as well. Um, how you could do that, they would have to figure out. And then Taboo Tuesday, I'm just gonna say this, like they could do something like Taboo Tuesday for NXT, and then Cyber Sunday for the main roster. So I'd like to hear from you. Which ones do you think would be good for the main roster, and which ones would be good for NXT? Put down below. Um, but the funny thing would be, I will say this for a second, with Judgment Day, it'd be cool if you had the group Judgment Day on Judgment Day.